What is up, you guys? I'm so sorry for not having filmed a video in like a really long time. So the thing is, I technically still have workout footage like available that I could just edit and like put up, but it was taken like a month ago, over a month ago, something like that, early in September. So I don't really want to put that up because I feel like it's just so late. And I'm not really sure, like, are you guys liking, like, my, vlog videos, like, my fitness vlog videos, or do you want more of, like, actual, like, YouTube videos? Because I really had a lot of fun, doing the TMI tag, and I would love to do more things like that, like, if you guys are interested in more things like that, because that seems to be one of my most popular videos. So I decided to do something somewhat like that, but not really. Like, these are my personal favorite videos to watch on YouTube, and that is book club videos. So I recently started, okay, not recently. I started a job in the city a month and something ago, like a month and a week ago. And so I have like an hour and a half commute to go to work every morning. So basically, I've been reading a lot. Like, you should see my Amazon orders. Basically all books. So because of that, I've been reading a lot of great books that I really wanted to share with you guys. So I'm going to start talking about them. There's 5, and they're pretty much all different genres. And so I hope you guys find a book that you like, and if you're reading anything that you think I might love, I'd love to hear recommendations, because I love books and I have so much time on my hands, it's not even funny. So with that, I'll get started, and I'll see you guys in my next video so I can get into it. Okay, I'm gonna go do that now. Really awkward. So the first book I've got is Why Not Me by Mindy Kaling? I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. But basically, I read her first book, which I have somewhere and I don't remember the name of. Let me just check what it is, because I feel really awkward talking about a book that I don't even know what it's called. See, this is really bad. So basically, I actually found out about this book because I just love her, and I love her show, The Mindy Project, and I thought it would be cool to read her book. So her first book is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me? Like, I don't know if you guys can see that. This book. I also did read that book, and I also really love that book too. I think the thing that I love most about her is she's super down to earth, like, in her writing, and like you get a sense of her personality. Like, she's so funny and just charming, and like she tells you about like all the mistakes she made and like kind of makes like a joke out of it, like, and she's just so relatable. Like, she's not like one of those celebrities that like tries so hard to like act like they're perfect and like nothing ever went wrong in their lives. Like, she's so comfortable with herself that she's willing to laugh at herself while telling you like stories of like how she got to where she is at this point, where she does have her own TV show, which I think is really cool. I recommend reading the first book before this book, like I did, just because it does reference some things that you won't understand, because she did mention it in the first book. So read it in order. Hilarious. I loved it. Love Mindy. Love the Mindy Project. I'm obsessed. Fangirling OD. With that said, the second book is a book that has been out forever. I read this forever ago, but I like read it like 2 other times. And it is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Part 1 and 2, the play. So, a lot of people were disappointed with this book. I loved it personally. I just love Harry Potter. I have all of his books. I've read them so many times, it's not even funny. Like, I think I've like read them at least like 40 or 50 times. Like, I love it. I love the story. I love J.K. Rowling. I think she's amazing. I think like how insightful she is, like having like thought up like Hogwarts and everything is insanely amazing. And I love this book because it's like nice to like see Harry Potter in a different role. Like, it's not him anymore like trying to save the world, it's like his son. And sorry about this, I have like a mosquito bite right here and it's like driving me nuts because I just figured it out right now. But anyways, so it's been so much fun reading that book. Like, it's great seeing him as a dad and like seeing him do something different besides being the chosen one. And it was really relatable, like about a kid that like has a lot of brothers and sisters that are doing so well, and everyone expects him to do well, and it's like he makes a friend that you're not supposed to make, like rivalries. It's so good. It's so good. I definitely recommend it if you haven't read it, because I know half of the people that I've talked to have probably already read it, probably more than once, but definitely good. So the third book I want to talk about is Milk and Honey. Out of the frame, Ashley, out of the frame. And it is by Rupi Kaur. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. And I think the best way to describe it is kind of just like through the end, like through the little snippet they put in the back, where it says, "This is the journey of surviving through poetry. This is the blood, sweat, tears of 21 years. This is my heart in your hands. This is the hurting, the loving, the breaking, the healing." And so I have heard about this book for a very long time. A couple of people that I follow on Instagram and Snapchat have read it many times, and I've seen it. And I always put it in my Amazon cart, but I never bought it because I'm not too big a fan of reading poetry. I did before. I like the classics like Robert Frost, but I don't typically tend to like poetry in general. And this book is, I don't want to spoil anything, so I really hope I'm not spoiling anything. But it's basically about a girl who's dealt with a lot of injuries in life, a lot of abuse in life. And basically the hurting, the loving, the breaking, and the healing are all separate chapters that she tells stories through her poetry in between. And honestly, there's a lot of pictures in this book. So I was reading it on the train, and a couple of the pictures were inappropriate for the train. I felt really uncomfortable. Like I was trying to read the page really fast, so then I could flip it because it was kind of embarrassing. Like there'd be a naked lady on the page, and I was just like, this is embarrassing. There's children around. I hope nobody's mom is looking at me and thinking I like porn books, and it's not a porn book, but it's such a good book. It really makes you sit down and think, and it just feel someone else's pain and their struggle and their journey, and just kind of have that empathy and relate to them a little bit. It's a really easy read because it's little snippets on each page of poetry that she's writing, and it's really deep and it strikes a really good chord. So I definitely recommend it if you're looking to kind of read something a little bit more insightful and kind of a little more real. It's not a comedy, it's not funny, it's really powerful, and I loved it personally, and I didn't think I would, so definitely had to put it in this video. Next up is The Book of Speculation by Erica Swiler. I don't know if I'm saying these names right. And I actually found this book at Target, and I read the first page. I'm going to see if I did not read the first page. I read the little snippet in here, and I was obsessed and I had to read it. So it starts, "Dear Mr. Watson, I came across this book at auction as part of a larger lot I purchased on speculation. The damage renders it useless to me, but a name inside it led me to believe it might be of interest to you and your family. One day, a mysterious old book arrives on Simon Watson's doorstep on Long Island Sound. Filled with elaborate script, sketches, and whimsical flourishes, it tells of doomed lovers and generations of circus mermaids who have drowned, just like Simon's mother on July 24th, which is just weeks away. As his childhood friend and fellow librarian Alice looks on with alarm, Simon becomes increasingly worried about his sister, who ran off to join the circus 6 years ago. Could there possibly be a curse on his family? What secrets are hidden in this fantastical book? And will those secrets doom or save the remaining Watsons?" So I love books that start like this. It captures my interest right away. And it was interesting reading a book about a book. And it's about circuses and gypsies and the circus vibe and the circus family, all while talking about one guy. With this book, it is important to keep in mind, so each chapter is it goes from present day to flashback. So if you read a present, then the next chapter is going to be a flashback. And that kind of kept me intrigued because it was cool reading both parts until the very end to figure out what happened. Is there really a curse? I read the reviews while I was reading the book because I skipped ahead because I couldn't wait anymore. I was digging into this book OD on the train, and a lot of people were let down by it. I don't really know how I feel. I didn't really know if the ending was full closure for me, but I really enjoyed how it really wrapped me in throughout the book. So even if the end was a little bit of a letdown, it was just an amazing read because I was going through the pages trying to figure out what it was, who did it, what curse, and there's some romance in there, and it's about family and love, and It was good. The end might have not been as good as it could have been, but it was definitely a good read. So if you're looking for something to read, recommend it. And finally, although I have a lot of other books, but I narrowed it down to 5. This book I've tried reading before. I think I've tried reading this book like 2 or 3 times now, and for some reason I just couldn't get into it before. But it is The Confidence Code, and I feel like I'm going to explain why I feel like maybe now it's a little better. It's by Katie K, and Claire Shipman, The Science and Art of Self-Assurance, What Women Should Know. So I think the reason why now I kind of was able to sit down and read it, besides the fact that I was on the train and I had nothing else to do, is because I'm not feeling as confident as I normally did, like living in Philadelphia and having friends and really getting out there and doing things and just being confident in where I am. Now that I'm not in school and I'm working and I'm living in a new place and trying to meet people and trying to put myself out there, I realized I'm not really as confident as I could be. And so I found myself really relating to a lot of the things that they were saying that happens with women. Like, it kind of goes into the fact that when good things happen to women, like if they do a great job at work or if they get a promotion or they did something really well, we tend to say, oh, it wasn't my skill set, it's really, I got lucky, or oh, it wasn't that hard. Versus guys that they're like, yeah, I did a great job, like that's just me, I'm amazing. And it was really interesting to see the lack of similarities in personalities for women and men, and it was also amazing because it actually kind of tells you how you can grow more confidence. So I'm definitely trying to implement some of the things that they talk about in these books and try to put myself out there a little bit more. And whenever I get a compliment, I try to keep the compliment versus just brushing it off or being like, oh no, that was not me, it was something else. Like, I'm not amazing enough for that. So it was a great book, and I definitely recommend it for any woman out there. We should all get a little more confidence because we're amazing, and it is us, it is our personalities, it is our traits that we're just as intelligent and smart and funny and driven and ambitious as men, and we should embrace that. So I definitely recommend this book for any woman out there, and even some guys out there, because honestly, you're not as great as you think you are. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, like, we're all great, and we need to learn a little bit from guys, like, and how to take compliments and do better. So those are my 5 top books right now. Top 5. Wow, Ashley. As of right now. Please leave in the comments below if you have any other amazing books that you've been reading. Let me know if you like this video and want more. Like, maybe once a month I can like put up what my favorite books were that I've been reading this past month, because I read a lot of books throughout the month. And I'll see you guys in my next video. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with anybody if you really liked it. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!